So good morning and welcome to Schmucker Middle School. And I first want to say a few words. First of all, thank you to for everyone that is here today, students, families, our veterans, and especially grateful for the service that you have put towards the sacrifices you've made for our country. So greatly humbled by your presence and thankful for being here today. We're so excited to show our respect, this school show our respect for our veterans through our program today. This is something we've been doing for a number of years, and every year it's one of my favorite things to be a part of here at Schmucker Middle School. And I'm sure it'll be a memorable experience for all today. I want to say a few thank yous before we get started to our band, orchestra, and choir staff that put a ton of work into preparing the kids for the performances. Thank you to Mr. Kistler and Ms. Marsh for helping get prepared for today as well, and for all the teachers that were involved in getting this program put together. So at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our Superintendent, Dr. Jerry Thacker, who will share a few words about our guest speaker this morning. Dr. Thacker is a great ambassador for the students and parents of our school community and is a regular attendee at our program. And we're very grateful for his continued support of our program and our school. In 2014, he was a recipient of the Sigmore of the Wabash Award, which recognizes leaders who have rendered distinguished service to our state. He was also named an Outstanding Educator in 2013 and Indiana Superintendent of the Year in 2012. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Thacker.
Good morning, students, faculty, staff, parents, and special guests. It's truly an honor for me to welcome you on this special occasion. I am so pleased that Schmucker Middle School has this program to pay tribute to the men and women who have served in the armed forces. Over the years, I've had the privilege of participating in many Veterans Day programs. And I've had the pleasure of meeting and honoring some of these outstanding veterans. So this is a special day as we pay tribute to a special group. The United States is the greatest nation in the world. We're a nation of innovation, creativity, democracy, and freedom. Everything that we have in this great nation is protected by our military. We owe a huge debt of gratitude to the men and women who have served in the military so that we can enjoy a high standard of living, quality of life, and freedom that we should never take for granted. I'm truly honored to be participating in this Appreciation Day. I'm especially pleased and honored to be in the company of these soldiers and these veterans. So to all of you veterans, thank you for your service. Thank you for protecting our rights and freedom and making it possible for these young men and women to attend our schools every single day, knowing that our nation is safe. Veterans, I salute you for your service, and I thank you for your dedication to the United States of America. God bless you. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Richard Cardosa, retired U.S. Army Chief Warrant Officer. Mr. Cardosa joined the Army in September of 1978 and served our country for 20 years, retiring in October of 1998. During his service, he received many awards and decorations, including the Meritorious Service Medal, the National Defense Medal, the Army Achievement Medal, and he is a four-time recipient of the Good Conduct Medal. And in addition to those, decorations and awards include, he's an expert infantryman and received a badge for that. He's a combat infantryman badge, a master parachutist set of wings, Army aviation wings, Egyptian parachutist wings, Jordanian parachutist wings, and he's a jungle expert. So during Mr. Cardosa's years of service, he served as a military occupational specialist in several roles, including parachute infantry squad leader, special forces light weapons expert, special forces senior medical sergeant, Cobra attack helicopter pilot, and warrior reconnaissance pilot. Please join me in welcoming U.S. Army Chief Warrant Officer Richard Cardosa.
when you get asked to speak before a group of people, several things go through your mind. And what I'd like to share with you, most important. Hey, can you hear me back there? Can you hear me? Just making sure. Okay. Prepared speeches is not what I'm good at. I'm good at shooting from the hip and shooting from the heart. So I would first like to tell you how privileged I feel to be here today. I stand here before the greatest generation, the men and women who served our country during World War II, during Korea, Vietnam, and then current day wars that unfortunately we are still participating in. I don't take what I've done lightly, and I don't take this moment lightly at all. Because here's the truth that I want all of you to understand, and everyone here will understand very greatly. Speaking before men and women in uniform is one thing, but speaking to the possible future men and women of our military is something altogether different. And I want you to know that I am humbled to be here. Some of you are going to have your hearts racing just a little bit faster than ordinarily, because somewhere down inside of you, you're wondering, could I do that? Could I serve my country in that capacity? And the answer is absolutely, you most certainly can. I didn't mean to join the Army for 20 years, ladies and gentlemen, I really didn't. My intention was to join right out of high school. Join the service, put 3 years in, and be able to tell an employer that I had proudly served my country and I would like to be their employee. Back in that time, that's really all you needed. And it's become much more competitive today. So now it almost seems if you don't have a master's degree, you blend into a group that no one can really identify with you or distinguish you differently. Veterans are an exception to that rule. I promise you, I am not an extraordinary man, but I have been privileged to work with some extraordinary men and women. I'm an ordinary person who volunteered to do something that quite obviously could be extraordinary in nature. I joined during peacetime. Vietnam was just over with, and I wanted to be like my big brother who served in Vietnam. He served for a little over 2.5 years. We almost lost him. And when I joined the service, I told my recruiter that I wanted to do what my big brother did. I wanted to join the infantry, and I wanted to go to jungle school in Panama, so that's the very first place I went. When my 3 years was up, I was not expecting to stay in, but something really miraculous happened. I suddenly realized this was a system that I could work with, that I could enjoy, and that I could become something bigger than what I was. I'm just an ordinary person. But when you walk through those doors for the first time, and guys, you get your head shaved first, but you know what? They tell you you can be whatever you want to be, and that is a fact. Veterans today occupy all the most important jobs that exist in the civilian population. There are police officers that make sure that nobody is going to hurt you when you are here. I hope you take a moment to say hello, or if you know them by their first name, I hope you say hi to them when you walk through the halls. I don't know if you really think about this, but some of these police officers, fire, EMS, they once wore the uniform that I'm wearing. And by the way, this is a retired uniform. This uniform no longer exists in the military. It was retired 2 years ago. But it stood proud for 61 years before the Army Blues uniform, or the Army Service uniform, took over. The things that I wear, they're a tribute to my willingness to learn and to never quit, ever. Special Forces are Green Berets. You've probably known that. We are not SEALs. We are not pararescue. We are not Rangers. We are a very special breed of men, and now, ladies, of women, if you've got what it takes to join our ranks. It's a different time, in a different country, but the people are all the same. We value our freedom, and we give thanks to those who've been willing to protect that. I am now a member of the protected, and I cannot tell you how grateful I am every single day for my freedom, because I have fought for it, and it's no fun. When you see a veteran, for example, some of the veterans that you see here today, when you see somebody like that, I'm asking you to please go a little bit out of your way and just shake their hand. If you see a veteran that identifies as having a Vietnam hat on their head, don't just say thank you. I want you to say welcome home, because they didn't get that kind of welcome. And I will go out of my way to do that, and I hope you will too. As a veteran, there are employers out there that would love to have you on board, because a veteran brings discipline. A veteran brings determination, initiative. They are what so many employers out there would like to have working with them and for them. By a show of hands, student body, by a show of hands, are any of you even remotely thinking, I'd like to do something like that myself? A lot of you. That is awesome. That is amazing. Please put your hands down. I want you to know that you can. You most certainly can. Never quit. Do whatever it takes. I don't care what anyone has ever told you before, because that doesn't matter. When you walk through those doors for the first time, your past is hung up on a hook. You put that uniform on and you are whatever you decide you're going to be after that. The system is there for you to work. The system is there to give you experience. It will teach you some of the most valuable lessons of life that you will ever learn. And I promise you, it will change your life forever. That's a lot of fun, I gotta tell you. Those landings are a little bit rough, but you know what? Jumping out of an airplane like that is pretty cool. You're doing a little more than 130 miles an hour when you walk out. Try to imagine this. Now, don't do it, because I wouldn't want you to get in trouble with the police. Try to imagine going down the highway. You're driving 65 miles an hour. You just finished your Coca-Cola. You roll down your window and you go like this. That's what it feels like when you're going out of an airplane like that. Jump masters telling them, stand up, hook up, check equipment, sound off for equipment check, stand by, and then you get that vigorous go, and out that door you go. In the daytime, in the nighttime, with equipment, without equipment. When I jumped out of an airplane, folks, I weighed over 350 pounds. That's a lot of equipment hanging off of you. I'm going to say something to you here today that is not classified, I promise. Nobody's going to get into any trouble for hearing this. It was declassified not that long ago. I was a part of an A-team. And on my A-team, we had a very specific mission should the National Command Authority ask us to perform it. That mission was to insert deep behind enemy lines and in place a nuclear device of low yield to take out a tactical target. We're talking about big bridges here, folks. I am one of very few people ever who have been in a parachute, but on top of that, I am in that micro percentage of people that can tell you, I jumped a nuclear bomb. Pretty wild. I want you to please remember that being a veteran is an exciting thing. You'll never feel better than anybody else, but you will walk tall. And when you identify with another veteran, you will know something. You are part of a brotherhood, of a sisterhood. And it will never leave you. I wanted to thank everyone here. I especially wanted to thank the staff for inviting me to speak here with you today. I can't think of anything better or anything that I would have rather been doing than speaking with you today. And I hope I get invited, not to speak, somebody else's turn, but I would love to be among those that are sitting here today. They're taking a moment to come here and be honored by all of you, as I am. Students, I wish you the very best of future. Please, think hard about what it is in life that you want. Because once you figure out why, the how-to is no big deal. But you have to have a reason to pursue what it is in life you want to be. Make that happen. Be everything that you believe you can be, and believe your parents when they tell you you really and truly are the best, because you are, each and every one of you. I thank you very much for inviting me here today. I am honored. And students, I salute you.